Please use your airplane fuel system to set the desired fuel quantity.
Good evening, everybody. So we're back at it again, and tonight I thought we'd take another flight using BeyondATC. I'm really keen to keep checking it out and see what's going on with it. An incredible piece of software, and another update has been added since I last flew, so clearly things are being iterated on and worked on very quickly, which is great to see. Really great to see. So we're here in Dublin, and we are flying ourselves back home to Luton this evening, and we're going to see. I figured we'd try leaving Dublin, because obviously in the last stream, those of you that made it, we flew from, where did we fly from? Was it Gatwick? I think it was Gatwick. Over to Dublin, and then obviously we finished in Dublin, but of course we haven't yet flown out of Dublin, so I wanted to fly out of Dublin and kind of see what we get, because obviously it's quite a complex airport in terms of taxiways, as I found out to my cost once or twice before. So we're going to head out of Dublin, see how BeyondATC handles that, and then obviously we've got a new airport flying into that we've not flown into before, which is Luton. Taken off from Luton a couple of times with the Inibils Luton, that is. Not landed at Luton, and I certainly haven't landed in Luton with BeyondATC either, so I'd be very keen to see what that's all about as well. So looking forward to trying it. So that'll be cool. Looking forward to it. Who have we got in chat? Tommy, how you doing? Daniel, hi, how do I install the Beta 15 on Xbox? No idea, mate, sorry. Not an Xbox user, so probably the least qualified person to answer that, unfortunately. How you doing, Chris? Nice to see you in the chat. Which Dublin package do I have? Oh, I always forget who made it. It's oh, who is it? If you type it in chat, I'll know it. If that makes sense. It's not NK Studios. Is it NK Studios? No, it's not. Oh. Hey, Simon. Simon, can you help me out? Do you know what version of Dublin I have? MK Studios. Thank you, Dave. Glad someone knows. Glad someone knows, because I certainly don't. It gets confusing, all of these airports that you buy. It's like, who made this one? Who made that one? But yeah, the important thing is that we're here. We're here. So, what's going on? We are loading up the plane at the moment. Let's have a look how we're getting on that front. So I'm really enjoying this feature of the Fenix ever since, is it V2 Block 2? Is that when you click load aircraft, it comes up and it says, do you want GSX to do it? So it loads the aircraft here kind of in real time, but also it just kind of kicks GSX into motion, so it kind of feels like GSX is actually doing it as opposed to doing it yourself in the plane and then making GSX do it afterwards, even though it's already done, if you know what I mean. So yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Good. So we're cold and dark. So let's get our batteries on. The battery 1 on. Battery 2. We'll take the external power. We need to get a bit of a shift on tonight because we're using New Sky. Don't know if you can see a little tiny N in the bottom left corner there. That tells us that New Sky is running. That's what I'm running the Airnaut Virtual Airline through. On which subject, if that is your thing, if you'd like to join us, get yourself a New Sky account and send over a pilot application. I'll approve you, pretty much. All I ask is that you've got a rating of 8.0 or higher, which basically means you know roughly what you're doing. If you got less than that, well. Oh, what happened there? Is the stream tool still alive? I'm just getting OBS Studio got disconnected. That's slightly alarming. Is the stream still up? Can you still see us? Let us know in chat if you if we're still alive and going for it. Never seen that message before. Maybe my internet had a moment. Cool. Cheers, Dave. Nice one.
Good evening, ma'am.
I wonder what that was all about. Who knows? Who knows? My internet did disconnect earlier this morning for a little while, which is slightly alarming, but hopefully it'll be okay for us tonight. Is BeyondATC a good way to learn VATSIM? Yeah, I suppose it is. I suppose it is. It won't teach you everything you need to know about VATSIM, of course, but it will kind of get you used to the flow and the kind of order in which you do things in terms of talking to ATC and what to expect the callbacks to look like and what you should be saying. So yeah, it's a good way to learn VATSIM, I would say. The other thing wants us to open the cargo door, does it? It's not already open. No, it's not. I thought it'd do that itself. Alright, stop beeping at me, I'm going to do it. Calm down. It says it is open. Okay, hopefully it'll do it now. Jolly good. Don't know what that was all about. I've opened the forward cargo door. Right. GSX, that's the last I want to hear from you. Hey, look at that. I can see your head through the jetway. Love to see it. GSX is so janky. So janky. But never mind. Never mind. What was I saying? Yeah, another good way to learn VATSIM cruises, just go into observer mode and find somebody to follow. Park up next to somebody, find out what their route is, and just copy them. You'll be in observer mode, so they won't be able to see you. They'll have no idea that you're there. The controllers can't see you. The other pilots can't see you. But you can see and hear everything else, and you can kind of pretend you're that person. So when they get a call, you can kind of say it out loud to yourself if you want, or just think about what you might say, and then do the thing you think they should be doing. And obviously if the player that you're following does something different, then maybe you need to reconsider what went on. Hey Jake, how's it going? Yeah, that's a good call, Chris, actually. The training days, was it first wings they call it? It's basically where they kind of expect that everyone's going to be a bit not on top form, because they're kind of advertising to newer VATSIM pilots. So yeah, that's another very good recommendation. So we've got BeyondATC loaded. I think the UI could do with a little bit of an improvement here, because you kind of load it up. I clicked like begin flight, which it then pulls your flight plan in from SimBrief, and you're just left with this, and it's kind of like, well, there's nothing going on. You have to click this headphone button, which I think is weird because it's right next to the settings cog. So to me, I thought that was going to be audio settings, which is a bit odd. But you actually click it, and it's all the frequencies that you need. So you've got ATIS here at Dublin. We've got clearance. We've got ground. We've got tower. 3 towers. Although in my experience so far, you always get chucked onto the leftmost frequency. Track on, which I think is basically like departures, and then you get chucked onto centre, and away you go. And you'll get told to go onto different centres as you progress through your flight, depending on where you're going. So, also we're going to be using the premium voices today, because we get 50,000 characters for free. I think basically when they're all gone, I'm just going to probably not bother topping them up, because it's a nice to have. But I think once we kind of get beyond this kind of little mini-series that we're doing with the streams and the videos, kind of messing around with BeyondATC, I'm probably going to, well, I definitely will be going back to VATSIM as kind of my regular beat. And at that point, I will probably use BeyondATC as like a bit of a fill-in for when we get chucked onto Unicom on VATSIM, which is quite often, if we're honest. And I think the basic voices will be fine. So if I just quickly demo them for you, hopefully that'll be okay.
This is our basic voice sample. Dutch Malay, Eurowing 7201 heavy, turn left heading to 80, vectors for traffic.
So that's not so bad, is it? And if we go to the premium one, obviously it does sound way better.
This is a premium voice sample, Australian male. Qantas 2953, descend to flight level 070, cleared direct Tiga.
Pretty good, eh? Pretty good. Good. I should probably do a microphone recognition test, actually. It's only now dawned on me that I was messing around. I had to take my PC to bits earlier, and I've replugged everything in, so I need to make sure my mic is still working. And this is, you can do this when you first set up BeyondATC, so it's kind of handy for you to see. I really hope this works, otherwise I'm going to have to go digging with cables, which is not going to be fun. So you wait for it to count down, then just read out the sentence. United 253, turn left heading 060, contact departure 125.2. Hey, good. Oh, my microphone is working. That's pretty good. Do I know why the Phoenix, when init request my sim plan, it says invalid uplink? Is that because you haven't updated to the latest Navigraph data? Presumably you're using Navigraph. That might be why. Anywho, let's get rid of this. And we should probably think about tuning ATIS, because we need to get gone, because I've set my departure time for 7:30, which is 10 minutes away. So we're going to need to do a bit of a speedy escape. So we could auto-tune our radio, I suppose. Nice. That saves us coming down here and fiddling around.
070 at 12 few clouds at 1,800. Ceiling 5,000 broken. Temperature 15. 2.10. QNH0998. Landing and departing runways. 10 left, 10 right. Transition level 060. Advise on initial contact. You have information. Bravo.
Information Bravo. That's good. 060.
Dublin Airport information Bravo. 1730 Zulu. Wind 070 at 12 few clouds at 1,800. Ceiling 5,000 broken. Temperature 15. 2.10. QNH0998. Landing and departing runways. 10 left, 10 right.
Alright, that's enough of that.
Transition level.
So we can set our QNH as it's 0998. 0998. Get that in now. Go. Alright, let's strobe onto auto, navs onto auto. Let's get the APU fired up. Get the navs on. Matthew, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Hope you're doing well. Streaming at slightly different times lately. I'm doing more evening streams, and of course maybe that's when we used to bump into each other, wasn't it, in evenings, and I kind of moved to mornings because that's what the schedule dictated. But morning streams really were not going so well. VATSIM is very, very quiet, and as I got more into VATSIM, you just basically spend the whole time on Unicom, which isn't really VATSIM, is it? Do I have a Discord we can join? So we do have a Discord. It's a members only Discord though, so if you join the channel as a channel member, you'll see an invite link there. Jolly good. APU's available. That's what we like. Navs are aligning. I need to do more flying in the Airbus. I don't do nearly enough of it. Not really. Right, let's pull this in. What did I do? Press the wrong button. ATSU, that's what I meant to click. AOC menu. And we'll do flight init. We'll do init data request. That will bring in our flight plan from SimBrief. There it is. EIDW. Destination is Luton. And our alternate tonight is Manchester. That's good. Let's go to the init page. We'll do init request. I think we might be a little bit late getting out of here, if I'm being honest. Okay.
Hello, sir.
Cost index, according to SimBrief, is 56. I'll go with that. That's fine. Flight number, we'll put in X-Ray November Oscar 121. And we're cruising at 330. Allegedly. Good. How are we doing over this side? Let's do our departure. So we're using runway, according to SimBrief, 10 right. And we've got live weather synced. Calculate that. And what I really like about this new update is if you go to the Earth page, which is where you'd normally have to sort of look at this information up here, kind of type it in, have a look back, type it in, you can just click send to MCDU. Love that. Love it, love it, love it. That's amazing. Cool. What we'll do though, we'll hang fire on that because we are still loading. And I don't want to potentially cause any upset with that, so that's fine. Good. Have a look outside. Aha, baggage is done, so we can close the doors. Go into ground services and shut these two. How do we join the channel? youtube.com/@airnot/join. If you scroll up in the chat, there's a little post from Nightbot with a URL there that'll help out. Good. Good. So 5 minutes until Naviline, that's fine. Get a flight plan. Right, let's get clearance, because then that'll before we start getting too carried away. So let's tune clearance. If we click on that, it'll auto-tune for us because we've got auto-tune clicked. If you don't want to talk into the mic, or you can't, you can just click on request IFR clearance, but we should be able to do it ourselves. So let's have a little chat to them, shall we? Oh, that's another point. Have I got my push to talk? Yeah, I have. On my trigger on my stick there. That's fine. Okay, let's give clearance a little call and see what they have to say for themselves. Dublin, clearance, good evening. Airbus 121 at stand 312, information Bravo on board, aircraft type Airbus A320, requesting IFR clearance to Luton.
Airbus 121, Dublin delivery. Information Bravo, correct. Expect runway 10 right, ND1, Echo, departure. Squawk 6546.
Okay, so now we need to read that back. Okay. Expect runway 10 right, ND1, Echo, departure. Squawk 6546, Airbus 121.
Airbus 121, read back, correct. Contact ground 1, tree 0.79er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Why do they sound incredibly British? Use international basic accents. Should we try that? Turn that on. We do a radio check.
Airbus 121, read back, correct. Contact ground 130.79er when ready for pushback or engine start.
Contact ground 130.79er when ready for pushback or engine start. Airbus 121. Cool, so they're happy. Dublin ground, radio check.
Aircraft calling for radio check. Readability 5.
Cool. Hey, Biohazard, how you doing? Welcome, welcome. Good. Right, how is GSX? I'm nearly boarded. Blimey, it's taken a while, isn't it? Let's do our flight plan. We're going to be late. We're going to get a fine from New Sky blatantly. Do departure. Runway 10 right. We're using the ND1 Echo. Let's insert that. I'm going to insert our arrival into Luton, even though it may change. So runway 07, and we're on the list 1 November arrival. And do we have any buyers? Yeah, we want ZAG 1 Quebec. We should be right there. Pretty good. Okay, IR alignment in 1 minute. Then all this will come to life. That'll be good. So the banner at the top there is from Sim Toolkit Pro. It provides a URL that you put into OBS and it overlays it as a browser source. So I can't see that on my sim. It's for you on the stream, really. I think some people get a little bit confused with that. They think, oh, that'd be a nice thing to have overlaid as I'm flying, but actually you won't be able to because it's... It's for viewers only. Okay, let's step through this route, shall we? Let's get a plan. Here's Dublin. Let's just step through. So out we go. Looking for any discontinuities or anything that looks a little bit weird. Just following this one. Oh, this looks perfect. Yeah, that's perfect. Happy days. Yeah, that'll do us. That'll do us. Almost boarded. We're 2 minutes late. New Sky won't be happy. They won't be happy, but that's fine. So yeah, if any of you are interested in flying for our little VA, the Airnaut VA, here we are, look. Obviously normally we'd be on VATSIM, but tonight we're giving BeyondATC a run for its money. If you're a new Skyer, or if you're not, go and get yourself an account and you can join. It rates you out of every flight, so for every flight you get an out of 10 rating. So if you have a bad landing, or if you forget to turn your lights off, or if you're late, you know, it kind of fines you, and there's a whole like economy model going on. Pretty cool. Adds another layer to it. I do find it quite hard to fully immerse myself in the whole economy thing, because it just feels so pretend. It's like, well, there's no consequence really for it being bad, other than vanity. So I don't know. Hey Marcel, how you doing? Good evening to you. Just waiting to get loaded up. Still see people's heads through the jetway there. So is that where they spawn? Is that where GSX spawns them? It must be. Yeah. God, GSX is so janky. Honestly. I mean, I know in some cases it's a hard problem to solve, but my goodness. Sometimes I just look at it and I'm like, what on earth? Do I have Say Intentions? Yes. I've done a video with Say Intentions. Brian from Say Intentions reached out a little while ago and said, hey, we'd love for you to check it out. So we did that. And yeah, very, very much intending to do another video on the channel, because they've come a long way since I last checked them out. A long, long way. And sharing the amount of premium characters you have before the start of the flight, so we can see. Yeah, good idea. That's a good call, actually. That is a good call. Ah, Rob! How you doing? Right, so premium characters that we have at this time is 39,512. So 39.5, near as damn it. Generally, they seem to burn at a rate of 5,000 per hour. Generally. So we'll see. But then, like, the basic voices are fine. So this is, we'll do it one more time. This is the premium.
This is a premium voice sample, Polish female, lot 5458, monitor tower 132.25. Bye-bye.
And that's very good. That is very, very good. And you get the basic one.
This is a basic voice sample. UK male, Speedbird 8829er, runway 27 right taxi via Alpha, link 12, Bravo, Charlie.
All aircraft be advised information Charlie now current, QNH0998.
Good times. So yeah, I think the basic ones probably are fine. I think I don't think I'll be topping up. Put it that way. I'll make do with the basic ones because I'm not going to be using this as my main thing. It's going to be what I use for when we go onto Unicom. So basic somehow seems better than the last time I heard it. It varies. So every time you do a sample, you get a different accent. So maybe certain accents just come across better than others. I'm not aware of an update, but that's not to say there hasn't been one. Alright, 3 more passengers, then we're done. Then we are done. Right, let's get some fuel pumps on. Let's get the APU bleed on. No smoking lights are on. And the final passenger is boarded. Good times. Boarding completed. So, with that in mind, let's do our departure calculations and let's get out of here, because otherwise New Sky is going to be very grumpy at us. Calculate. So again, on the performance page where you type all this stuff in, you can literally now click send to MCDU. Now all the stuff is over there. I love that. It's so cool. That's very cool. I love that feature. Alright, let's get the passengers strapped in. And let's... So if I turn on my beacon light now, I think that's going to trigger a pushback from GSX. Yeah, there it goes. Nice. But of course it won't actually push us back until we take our brakes off. We need to be squawking as well.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
5, 4, 6. Just fine. Good, so now we need to give ground a call.
Departure checks completed. Bypass pin inserted.
Doubling ground, Airbus 121 at stand 312. Request push and start.
Airbus 121, doubling ground, pushback approved. Face southwest.
Pushback approved, face southwest, Airbus 121.
Locking gear.
Anyone use the combination of nav data from Navigraph and the charts from Aerosoft? The Lido charts, do you recommend it? I haven't got the foggiest idea. I've never used the Aerosoft charts, Tony. Sorry, don't know if anyone else has in the chat. Southwest, that's going to be nose to the right, tail to the left.
Release parking brakes, please.
Alright, let's get yoke cam on. Hi. Right. Not going to be needing this one today, are we? We'll be using the joystick over here. Yes. I'm going to release the parking brakes.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay. Let's turn ourselves into ignition. And let's start. Do engine 1 today. Love the sound of these IAE engines starting up.
Ladies and gentlemen, please observe the cabin crew member closest to
Quiet in the back, grey shirt.
to demonstrate the safety features of our Airbus A320 aircraft. Thank you.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we do want to start the flight, New Sky. 10 minutes late, New Sky should let us off.
Welcome aboard our Airbus A320. Please pay attention to illuminated signs and crew instructions, including the following safety procedures. The safety card found in your seat pocket contains important information about exit routes, oxygen masks.
Only thing I'll say is that it does feel a little bit dead, doesn't it? You get used to VATSIM, all the airports being so busy. Just feel like you're on your own a little bit here. But then of course that will all change hopefully in the future when AI traffic gets introduced.
Please set parking brakes.
Set.
Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Whenever the seatbelt signs are on, and we recommend that you keep it.
Okay, apparently we're doing a flaps 3 for departure.
If the air supply fails, masks will drop from above you. Pull a mask towards you to start the oxygen.
How's it going, Blackout?
Put the mask over your nose and mouth and breathe normally. Hold the mask.
We didn't do our weights, did we? I need to do a nip page B. That's what I knew. I was forgetting something. 60.6, 31.4. Nice. Good. Let's tell GSX they can be on their way.
Cockpit to ground. We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Let's arm the spoilers. Lock the doors. Let's set the auto brakes to max.
Unlocking gear.
Very nice. Cabin announcements are the default ones that come with the Fenix. I haven't done anything. You can add your own, I believe. So I could like go to the effort of doing all that stuff, but
Tow truck disconnected.
yeah, I'm not going to do
Bypass pin removed. Left is clear, right is clear.
Yeah, Gaming Bubble, I think it will be good. The traffic injection is going to be huge. You could also use it, of course, when you're on Unicom on VATSIM, so could be you could do a little bit of both. I think that's mostly why I bought it. Obviously, I wanted it, you know, to check out for the channel. It'd be weird of me to not do that. I did feel a certain obligation to buy it to check it out with you all, and that's fine. But in terms of where I think it's actually going to fall into my usage, it's going to be I'll use it when I'm on Unicom. Right, let's have a quick look at our charts. Okay, so we need to be on above 4,000, above 9,000, And then we need to be below 230. So I'm going to go ahead and put 9 in the window. Hopefully that'll be good. Let's give BeyondATC a call and tell them we're ready for taxi. Airbus 121, ready for taxi.
Airbus 121, runway 10 right taxi via Alpha Tango 3, Alpha Tango 4, Hotel 1. Hold short, runway 16.
Okay. Runway 10 right, taxi via Alpha Tango 3, Alpha Tango 4, Hotel 1, hold short, runway 16, Airbus 121. Definitely feels like a bit of a cheat code having all that there in front of you, because on VATSIM you just have to scribble it all down really quickly. Definitely nice having it up here visually. Feels like a bit of a cheat though. So basically we need to hold short runway 16. Speaking of, let's have a little look. See what that actually looks like. So here's us. So we were told to taxi via 83. So that's here. Then we go up to 84. Then we go on to Hotel 1. Oh, this is link 4. This is where it all went wrong for me on VATSIM that night. So out of here, make a right, first left, Hotel 1, hold short on before we cross the runway. Then I guess it will be a case of onto Whiskey 1, then Sierra, I would imagine, but we'll see. Nice. Okay, back to Yokam. Let's get our lights on the go, shall we? And we will turn our APU bleed off, turn the APU off. I do believe that's us good to go. Do believe. Yeah. I'm doubting myself now. I haven't flown the Airbus in quite a while. I'm very much in the Boeing mindset at the moment, so you'll have to forgive me. Alright, let's start our taxi, shall we? So, notice just by letting the parking brakes off, I haven't even touched these throttles yet. And we're moving. It's kind of like an automatic car. But it does say use minimum power here, and it's no surprise because we've got the terminal building behind us. Evening, Will. How do I get the game to pulse blue when you hover over something? I think it's default. Someone asked me about that on the last stream, and they were like, why haven't you turned that off? And my answer was, well, actually, for the stream, it's kind of handy so you guys can see a bit easier. If I was just on my own, so this is apron 3, then they said go to apron 4. I've also adjusted the rudder pedal sensitivity for the Fenix, because I've been having a lot of trouble with it, because it feels like you're kind of skating on ice a little bit sometimes. So just before we went live earlier, I had a quick look. And somebody recommended some settings, so we're going to give those a go. Okay, then we go left onto Hotel 1. This is exactly where it all went wrong for me. Silly boy. That evening on VATSIM that we'll never speak about ever again. And we just need to hold short of runway 16. Alright, so we're going to hold up here at this stop bar, and we'll give ground another call.
Airbus 121, cross runway 16 at Hotel 1. Continue taxi via Hotel 1, Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra 7.
Cross runway 16. Stand by. I forgot what I was going to say. Good job it's not on vaccine.
Negative. Continue taxi via Hotel 1, Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra 7.
Continue taxi via Hotel 1, Whiskey 1, Sierra, Sierra 7, Airbus 121. Right. That's one of the advantages of going on BeyondATC. So, cross over here. And we need to put on our strobe, because we're crossing a runway. Gaming bubble, no, I don't use any traffic injection at the moment. Normally I'm on VATSIM, that's kind of like my regular beat. It's just these last few streams I figured it'd be quite interesting to check out BeyondATC. So yeah, we're just on our own for now. But I kind of think the main thing is going to be when they introduce their own AI traffic, because BeyondATC will be controlling that traffic. So you'll be hearing them chattering away, just like you're on VATSIM. Which I think is pretty cool. Pretty cool indeed. Well, so far the rudder pedals are feeling pretty good. So we're going to kind of take this right turn here onto Whiskey. We're on Whiskey 1, then we go to Whiskey 2. Then we're going to head over to the right here. Yeah, here's Whiskey 2, that you can see the sign there, look, just going past. And then we go to Sierra, then Sierra 7. We should be all good. When do I think they'll do the traffic injection? I don't know, that could be a little while off. I think that's quite a complex task for them to solve, really. And of course this is in early access, so yeah, I'd hate to speak for them on that one. David, good evening. Do we have virtual call signs in BeyondATC? Not at the moment. Apparently. Let me park up. When we get to Sierra 7, I'll show you. I'll show you. So they have added a feature where you can have, if you're running like a well-known airline, for example, if you're like as EasyJet, BeyondATC should be able to pick that up. Instead of being Airbus 121, they might say Easy 121. Or if you're a well-known virtual airline, like Osprey, for example. I don't know if Osprey does work, but that's just one that springs to mind. But at the moment, given that we're flying as in our own colours, there we are, look. And we're a small fish in a big pond. Unfortunately, BeyondATC doesn't have a clue who we are, so it just kind of defaults back to aircraft type, and then your call sign. What's this? Is this Sierra? Sierra 5, 2 more. You can see chat wiring away there. I will get you all in a minute, I promise. So Sierra 7's basically right down the end, isn't it? Right, we'll park up at Sierra 7. I'll catch up with chat. We'll get ourselves ready to go. Get ourselves over to Luton. I've not landed in Luton before, however, some people said in the comments the other day, it was a video I did in Yeosu in South Korea when Orbex sent over a copy of the scenery for us to check out like one of the main features of that airport is that like the runway is kind of built on a bit of a hill. And someone commented, "Oh yeah, like Luton." So we'll have to see. Oh wow! Yeah.
Airbus 121, contact Dublin Tower 128.8.
Dublin Tower 128.8. Airbus 121. Okay. Bit of eye tracker just to get us around this bend. Sierra 7's just up here. Let's hold up a sec. Alright. Parking brake on. What's chat been saying? So we said the one about virtual airlines. Fish guns! Long time. Do you have a Discord where you list all your settings? I do have a Discord. It's members only for channel members, and there aren't any settings in there. However, there are videos on the channel. Scottish Pilot, hello. Good evening. Hope you're doing well. Chris! Didn't expect to see you in tonight, Chris. Hope you're doing alright, mate. I thought of you the other day, Chris. I was looking at gimbals. I'm still none the wiser. Dan Aviation says, I have the same GPU as yours and a 7800X3D, also combined with a 700 watt PSU, but I have FPS drop when airborne. Can it be from the PSU? Should I go for a higher wattage? I think probably. I mean, 700 watts is kind of just on the limit, but I think you're okay. I mean, for a period of time, I ran on a 650 watt with my 4080 5800X3D. I've now upgraded to an 850 watt. I don't recommend going on a 650 watt, but it did work. Yeah. I find it hard to believe that a power supply would actually degrade your performance in that way. What I would do, if I was you, is enable dev mode in the settings. Then as you bring your mouse up to the top here, you see you've got this bar. Go to debug, go to display FPS, and it will tell you what's your limiting factor. So at the moment for me, it's the main thread. So my GPU's just like chilling out. GPU's fine. GPU's got hardly anything going on. It's all about the main thread on Flight Sim. I presume you've enabled XMP on your RAM as well, because a lot of people forget to do that with AMD systems. Very good. Right, do we have premium voices? Yes, we do, and we're using them at the moment. Although, they sound a bit different tonight. I don't know what's going on. Won't 128.8 just be Unicom? So we don't really have Unicom, because we're on BeyondATC. So yeah, that would be Unicom, wouldn't it? On no, it'd be 122.8. 122.8 is Unicom, isn't it? Not 128.8. Okay. Let's have a look. Oh, cheers, Chris. Yeah, gimbals. All I was thinking of was as we sort of do more hardware and stuff on the channel, and on my other sort of techie channel that's a lot smaller, I just wanted to get some like nice kind of panning shots with my phone, because I do all my filming on my iPhone 15, but it's like it's so wobbly to the point where if I try and hold it still, you can almost see me breathing with the camera moving up and down. It's like quite bad. I didn't know whether a gimbal would help. There we go. AV Apollo says, hello, I see you keep your yoke on the table all the time. Doesn't it get uncomfortable? I personally always remove it when I'm not flying. So I'm quite fortunate. I've got a dedicated flight sim setup, so I'm kind of facing one direction now. If I turn 90 degrees to the right, I've got an actual gaming setup, so I can just kind of pivot between one and the other. Appreciate it. That's a very fortunate position to be in, but yeah, that's where we are. Okay, let's think about getting gone, shall we? Yeah, well, we are using frame gen. However, that 30 FPS that you just saw, this is from Flight Sim. This is like the FPS counter built into the sim. it cannot count the frame gen frames. So you have to have a tool like MSI Afterburner or something like that, or the NVIDIA overlay to actually capture it. But because in the NVIDIA control panel I've limited my FPS to 60, the sim has kind of cottoned onto that. It outputs 30, frame gen doubles us to 60. That's how that works. Okay, let's give Tower a shout. Have they actually said anything to us? Okay. Dublin Tower, Airbus 121, holding short, Sierra 7. Should have said the runway number there.
Airbus 121, Dublin Tower, wind 070 at Niner. Runway 10 right, cleared for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff, 10 right, Airbus 121. Okay. Lights on. Come on, up we go. Good, 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 good. Okay, parking brake off. Let's get ourselves out. At this point on VATSIM you'd be checking left and right, but of course we sort of know we're on our own, given that we're on BeyondATC at the moment. Alright, let's go. Let's get out of here. Do a flex takeoff. See what these new rudder pedal settings are like. It's feeling a little bit better. Not quite as twitchy. Rotate. There you go. There we are. Positive climb. Gear up.
Airbus 121, contact Dublin departure 1. 33.28.
Contact Dublin departure 133.28 Airbus 121. Dublin departure Airbus 121 with you 1500 feet.
Airbus 121. Dublin departure identified. Climb to flight level 160.
Climb to flight level 160, Airbus 121. Okay, let's get AP1 on. There we go, let's turn that down a bit. Can I show the settings screen of BeyondATC? Yeah, sure. No problem, we'll do that in just a sec. Oh no, I forgot to do TCAS. I knew I forgot something. Back into tower. Silly boy.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your seatbelt fastened whilst the seatbelt sign is on. We recommend that you keep your seatbelt fastened whenever you are seated. Toilets are located at each end of the cabin.
Jolly good. So transition altitude was going to be 050.
All aircraft be advised, information delta now current. QNH 09998.
09908 it is. Okay, that is standard pressure. So we keep on flying. Yeah, once we get past 10,000, William will have a look. Disarm the spoilers. Hey Jeb, just off that sim, some kid kept interrupting, and after no one responded, he started to just taxi. Oh no. What happened? Did it get booted? That sim can be a weird and wonderful place, it really can. Definitely recommend it though if you're not sure, or you know, think maybe it's something you might like, but you should definitely try it. Not sure if you saw my previous chat. No, I didn't, sorry. How do you stop the screen tearing with the frame gen mod? What screen are you on? Do you have a variable refresh rate display? Because that would make a big difference. A bit dark up here, isn't it? Let's get some lights on. Passengers out. Yeah, if you're not on a variable refresh rate display, let's say you're on a 60 Hz display, like I am, you'll need to lock your FPS to 60. Which is a bit of a shame. It feels like my screen is now my limiting factor now that the CPU and GPU aren't so much. I mean, the CPU is always going to be, to an extent. Let's get that on for you guys. Alright, let's have a look at the settings screen. As well as for that.
Airbus 121, contact Shannon, control 132.15.
Shannon control 132.15, Airbus 121. So that's auto-tuned the frequency for us, which is nice. Shannon control Airbus 121 at flight level 140.
Airbus 121, Shannon control, good day. Radar contact, climb to flight level 330.
Climb to flight level 330, Airbus 121. Cool, so we're in an open climb at the moment, so that's just basically telling the plane, climb as quick as you want. Alright, let's get that settings again.
Airbus 121, contact Manchester radar 118.775.
Contact Manchester radar 118.775, Airbus 121. Okay, over to Manchester. Manchester radar, Airbus 121, flight level 150.
Airbus 121, Manchester radar identified.
Yeah, you never get two VATSIM flights the same, do you, Jeff? I mean, I think the last time I was on VATSIM, what was I flying? Was it Gatwick to Edinburgh? Just as I got pushback and taxi clearance, all the voice comms went down. So literally we had to do everything via text. It was horrendous. But we got through it. That's the main thing. Right. What mic do I use? So the mic I use is a really cheap and nasty mic off of Amazon. It's made by a company called Pyle, P-Y-L-E, and it's called the PD mic. I think it's called the PD mic. PD mic 58. Basically, it's a knockoff of the Shure SM58, but it's like a seriously good knockoff. But it's so cheap, it's like, I think I got it for like £18. It is XLR, so you need to have an audio interface for it, which could be like another £100 or more. But yeah, definitely a good mic. I've had it for years now. I sometimes think about upgrading it, but then I don't know, it's kind of like, what's the point? Edinburgh to Gatwick is probably your most common VATSIM flight, yeah. They do have good coverage, and it's just a nice flight as well. I think the more and more I fly on VATSIM and the more I fly on the sim in general, the less and less I like long cruises. To me, I think Gatwick to Edinburgh is like the perfect flight, because if you've got ATC on all the way, you get busy all the time, there's stuff to do, you know, you're climbing, then you've got a very short cruise, you've got to brief your arrivals, you've got all this stuff to do. Whereas I can't imagine anything worse than like taking off from Heathrow to do a long haul. That'd just be horrendous. Right, well, let's have a look at this setting screen for you, because you wanted that, didn't you? We keep getting interrupted. So, into the settings. See, there is a low performance mode, first and foremost. If you're suffering a bit with the old FPS, that is an option for you. Streamer mode, I've obviously got enabled because I'm streaming. I think that just hides like your SimBrief ID or whatever. Radio degradation simulation, so as you get further and further away from the source of the radio broadcast, you'll notice that it sounds worse. Kind of get that with VATSIM too. Using basic international accents. So what they say here, if you hover over the top bit, if you put it on, it will use a basic voice model. But they say that these may be difficult to understand as they're not natively English-based language models. So let's turn that off actually. See if that changes the voices, because the voices sound different today. This is what we were saying about the VA call signs. If your call sign is common to a real-life airline or virtual airline, BeyondATC will choose the airline. But obviously they don't know what air not is, which is fair enough because we're very tiny. But that's fine. But yeah, I think the basic voices are fine. So let's just do a premium. Let's do a comparison again. I know we've done it a couple of times, but we'll do one or two more. So this is a premium.
This is a premium voice sample. Scottish Mail, Speedbird 8829er, runway 27 right, taxi via Alpha, link 12, Bravo 3, Charlie.
And then we go to basic.
This is a basic voice sample, Australian Mail, Qantas 2953, descend to flight level 070, cleared direct Tiga.
I mean, that basically sounds like a voice assistant, doesn't it? Which is fine, nothing wrong in that. The premium ones are very good. Other than that, you've got some key bindings. This is the AI traffic, but obviously that's not working at the moment. Other than that, that's kind of it. You've got these two options here. You can even have it auto respond for you if you want to. And I've got auto tune on at the moment. Equally, if you don't fancy chatting into the mic, you can just click on these kind of quick things that you can say. So like, just do a radio check, for example.
Airbus 121, radio check.
Airbus 121, readability 5.
There you go. So quite a nice simple UI on the whole. I like it a lot. Doing so good on Twitch tonight, everybody. We've got one viewer. Let's go. Twitch is such a hard nut to crack. Like, the potential to just stream to nobody over on Twitch is very, very high. I feel like you need to grow somewhere else on Twitch and actually like funnel the people over. Thomas again with another 20 euros. No way. Thomas, I almost feel bad. Like every stream you're in here dropping a 20. Like, I really appreciate it, man, but like, please don't feel you have to. But thank you so much. I hope you're doing well. Holy crap, got like 50 viewers. I've just checked my stats. You deserve it, Thomas. You're too kind. Like, really. Like, please don't feel you have to donate every stream. I'm almost feeling guilty. Incredibly generous. Thank you so much. So we've got 55 viewers. This is where I have to be a hard-nosed YouTuber now. We've got 55 viewers and 26 likes on the stream. I can't tell you how much hitting that like button helps. And that goes for any YouTuber, not just me. I'm not just sitting here being like, you know, e-begging or whatever. Like, if you see something on YouTube that you like, give the creator a like. Just hit the like button. It helps them so much, honestly. Like, the correlation between the success of a video and the likes it gets is staggering. It's like a little superpower that you all have within you. Costs you nothing as well. And the stream is free after all. And some would say it's worth what you pay for it. Beautiful view. So we might get a sunset landing into Luton. If I'm kind of calculating this correctly. Hey, we got someone in Twitch chat. Ayla, how you doing? Nice to see you. First Twitch chatter of the evening. There we go, so now we've reached cruise, which then begs the question, how long till top of descent? Uh, 75 miles until top of descent. Good. Nice little cruise. Does it allow you to set up seeing the northern lights over the pole? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Didn't they do something like in an update ages ago with the northern lights? Rings a bell now. Now you say it. Twitch is 2 seconds earlier than YouTube. Yeah, it will be, Jeb. So I've got some different... I've got different settings that I can select on the back end of YouTube. So... in terms of latency, you can have normal, you can have low, and then you have ultra low. So normal latency would generally give, I don't know, I've had it before where it's kind of like 20 seconds, which is really annoying if like you're trying to have a chat with somebody in chat and then there's like this 20-second lag, and then they also have to type their response, then there's another 20 seconds, it's just annoying. So I've gone for low, and that generally keeps you within about 5 seconds. Worst case I've seen, excuse me, is 10. Or you can go to ultra low, which is obviously ultra low. However, you're capped at 1080p, and I wanted to stream in 4K ideally, but you can't with normal. So normal you can stream in 4K, but there's a huge delay. Low latency you can stream in 1440p and there's less delay. Ultra low you can only do 1080p. So I figured 1440 would probably be the way to go. Ideally I'd like to do 4K, but that latency is too much to bear. So I need YouTube to change on their end really before I can entertain streaming in 4K. I try to do my videos in 4K now. There's a new Parallel 42 add-on called SimFX that provides the Aurora, contrails and other effects. I think similar is planned for Microsoft Flight Sim 2024. Nice one, Tigger, cheers. Oh, and Jeb in Twitch chat has literally said the same thing. Nice. Thank you both. Hug says, I think it'd be interesting if you could do what an average day in the life of an airline pilot does and see how many viewers can keep up the level of concentration. That would be interesting, wouldn't it? would be interesting. I wonder what an average pilot does in a day. I know when I flew to Alicante once, this was years ago from Bristol, I managed to sit right in the front row, right by the door. So I had loads of leg room, it's awesome. And the pilot came out before we took off. And me and another chap got chatting to him. And he said that his day, he said he's based in Newcastle. So this is an EasyJet flight.
Airbus 121, Manchester radar, expect list 1 November, runway 07.
Expect list 1 November, runway 07, Airbus 121. Cool, that's exactly what I put in my flight plan. That's good. Yeah, so the pilot was saying he's based up in Newcastle, and his day, that day was he flew Newcastle to Bristol. He said basically we're bringing down the all the business folk that need to be in Bristol for the start of business. So that flight got in at around 7:30, 8 o'clock in the morning. We're then obviously Alicante bound at around 8:30, 9. And then he says he flies back from Alicante to Bristol, and then he picks up the business lot from Bristol again and then flies them back to Newcastle. Which isn't a bad day, really. That is still quite a lot of time in the plane, isn't it? Because Alicante's what, 2 and a bit? So double that, you've got 5. Newcastle to Bristol's probably what, 40 minutes? 50 minutes? That's like air time. Then you've got
Airbus 121, list 1 November, runway 07. Report ready for descent.
List 1 November, runway 07 will report when ready for descent, Airbus 121.
Airbus 121, descend to flight level 200.
Descend flight level 200, Airbus 121. I think they misunderstood. Yeah, report ready for descent. And I think they thought I meant I'm ready for descent, because I'm 62 miles away. Oh no, I'm not. Oh, I don't know. We'll just go with it. So the free voice option can be used unlimited. It's just the premium accents at cost. Other functionality is the same. Yeah, Oscar. That's pretty much it as far as I'm aware. There's some airline pilots that vlog their jobs on YouTube. Seems like a lot of waiting in hotel rooms. Yeah. I think to us, to the enthusiasts, it seems like a really really glamorous, enticing thing, but I think actually the reality of it is a lot different. I think actually you're probably running around like a blue-ass fly all day long and then spending your nights away in hotel rooms alone, I would imagine. Alright, Sam. Jeb, welcome to the Glasses Club, mate. I bet it feels really weird, right? I got some new glasses back in October last year, and God, it was awful the first couple of days. My prescription had changed loads. I hadn't realised how bad my eyes had gotten, and it was like what used to be a square. So imagine if, like, you look at a TV screen, it should be like a rectangle. It was almost like I was looking at a rhombus or like a trapezoid or whatever they're called. took several days for my eyes to actually, for my brain to adjust. Crazy. Well, the roster of a cargo pilot. Go on then, what was that like? I watch, I suppose a lot of you guys do as well, 7-4 Gear. And like one of his videos, it's like he was on call or like standby for like 2 weeks, just like loitering around, couldn't really do anything, just in case he got called. I mean, that'd suck, wouldn't it? Will I ever do a face reveal? I'm not necessarily like adverse to doing so. I mean, I've got a tech channel on YouTube where the picture is my face, so it's out there. It's not like a big secret. I just think, kind of from an artistic point of view, that maybe flight sim isn't the right medium for that. Maybe I'm wrong. Also, I would need to buy more camera gear, which costs a lot of money. Money that I don't particularly have lying around at the minute, so I've been investing in other areas of the channel. I have been thinking about it though, Jeb. It has been something that's been on my mind, whether I should maybe do like what Captain Canada does, for example, and green screen myself maybe and put myself in the corners of the screen. I don't know. Maybe it would improve engagement on the stream. Could be worth it. Also, the tech channel would be good to get on camera for as well, because it's so annoying if you like make a video about a processor or a graphics card, having to do your video entirely out of like B-roll shots. You just have to film so much B-roll. It'd be so much easier if I could just have me talking for more of it. PJ, yes, I did use Say Intentions. And hopefully I'll be doing another flight with it very, very soon. Looking forward to seeing what they've been up to. I do get where you're coming from though, it is a bit pricey, but then they're using a GPT stack, which is inherently expensive. I guess it's one of those things, maybe as the price and availability of chat GPT stacks, you know, the price goes down. Hopefully so too will the price to intentions. Alright, I need to enter my destination data very quickly before I forget, and then I'll get back to chat, because I'm aware that there's a couple that I haven't responded to. 07. Alright, 1:30 and 9. Let's go to Perth. QNH is 1002. Temperature is 15 degrees, 1:30 and 9. For the wind, we're going to need some charts, aren't we? Let's switch over to chart view. We don't want that. We want this. Oh, brilliant. It's upside down. So for the decision altitude, refer to charts 5.1. Okay. There we go, 51.1. Decision altitude 715. So put that in Barrow. Jolly good. Alright. What's the tech channel? Let me find a link for you a minute. I'll put it in the chat. There you go. All right. Do I have any recommendations for content creators or streamers to grow? Just keep making stuff. Which probably isn't what you want to hear.
Airbus 121, contact London Control 118.475.
London Control 118.475, Airbus 121. London Control Airbus 121, flight level 220, descending for flight level 200.
Airbus 121, London Control identified.
Yeah, possibly rubbish advice there, Pop Rock, but just keep making stuff. Figure out what works, figure out what doesn't work. I think basically you either need to be providing some form of entertainment or providing value. If I look at the videos that do well on my channel, the ones that do really well, it's where I've provided some value.
Airbus 121, descend to flight level 150.
Descend to flight level 150, Airbus 121. Yeah, I kind of feel like sometimes when I used to ask the same questions, how do I grow, how do I get views, you almost think like, oh, there must be a game that you have to play, must be a thing you have to do. What are the other people doing that I'm not? Like, what trick aren't I doing? There's no trick. Just got to keep making videos and get better at it. Because when I first started, I made videos, and I remember being like, well, my video I made is just as good as another creator's video that's got thousands of views. Why has mine only got 50 views? YouTube's punishing me. YouTube wasn't punishing me at all. My video sucked. And I can see that now, with the benefit of hindsight. Dreadful videos. I wouldn't watch it. But over time, you get better, you learn, you become more confident, you try a new thing. Try a new thing every single video. And if it works, put it in the next video and try something else. If it doesn't work...
Airbus 121, contact Luton approach 132.05.
Luton approach 132.035. That's wrong.
Negative, Luton approach on 132.05.
Luton approach on 132.05, Airbus 121, thanks.
You're very welcome.
Hey! Luton approach, Airbus 121, descending for flight level 150.
Airbus 121, verify information Delta.
Ooh. Okay. Information Delta on board, Airbus 121.
Airbus 121, Luton approach, QNH 1002, expect the ILS runway 07 with the ZAG 1Q transition.
QNH 1002, expect ILS 07 with the ZAG 1 Quebec transition, Airbus 121. It's not a mic, Europe, it's ATIS. Also, Europe, good to see you. Everyone say hey to Europe. Europe's been around since the early days. Alright, everything's looking good. So let's just check our approach, 07.
Airbus 121, descend to flight level 080.
Descend to flight level 080, Airbus 121. Yeah, 400 subs. I remember that, Europe. I remember that very well. Okay, we need some speed brakes. King Bob, how you doing? Nice to see you again. Finding Beyond ATC is getting better with each update. Really enjoying it. It's not perfect, not yet, but getting better every day. Yeah, absolutely. And that's the thing. That's why they said it's early access as well. You know, set people's expectations. I think where people get upset is where they just expect that it's going to be amazing from like day one. That's not how it works. I appreciate you coming along, Europe. I really do. Junior, maybe worth looking at New Sky. Or better yet, check out my website, airnot.co.uk. Go to the Fly With Us tab, and I've got a load of routes on the homepage as well. So basically I've made this routing engine where I kind of, I put all these airports into a database that I wanted to fly to and from. I've then got a routing engine that's gone through all of them and generated all these different routes sort of in between all of them. So we've got hundreds of routes, and then every day the website will pick out 10 routes, 5 passenger, 5 cargo, and feature them on the homepage as like featured routes. So if any of you are ever stuck for an idea, you want to fly somewhere but you don't know what to do, check it out, airnot.co.uk. But we're also on New Sky at the moment. We're sort of experimenting with New Sky. So that's kind of where we run our virtual airline, so to speak. Alright, let's tune. It's ATIS 120580. Let's go to VHF2 120580.
820 Zulu. Wind 120 at 8, ceiling 3,400 broken. Temperature 14, dew point 13. QNH 1002. Landing and departing runway 07. Transition level 070. Advise on initial contact, you have information Delta.
Cool. So New Sky is, I don't know if you're familiar with New Sky, it's an app that you download and it links into your sim so you can fly for virtual airlines. So this is us. Oh, look at that view. You can then apply to be part of Airnot on New Sky, and there's some routes on there. It's not as comprehensive as the website because you have to kind of start small and grow it out as we get more pilots. Because what you don't want to have is loads of routes that don't get flown, because there's like a daily cost to all of that. I don't know. I am enjoying New Sky, but I'm not entirely sold on it yet. Not quite sure I'm fully getting it. Not yet, at least. Maybe that's just me being a grumpy old man, though. Yeah, Europe, we got a Discord. I've had one for ages. It's members only, just to keep the riffraff out, basically. But if you want to join Europe, I mean, you've been here since like day one, just shoot me an email, I'll send you a link. Go onto the About tab on YouTube. I've got an email address there. Yes, King Bob, I did. I really hate doing it as well. I really don't enjoy making liveries at all. It's just so much work. Like every time a new plane comes out, I'm just like, oh no. Like when the 777 comes out, I'm really looking forward to the 777. But I'm just dreading having to make a livery for it. I just have to basically write off a whole afternoon or evening and just sit there and swear at my PC for several hours as I go backwards and forwards, tweaking this, tweaking that. Don't recommend it. Nice one, Europe. I'll respond after the stream, okay? Okay, so ILS frequency should be baked in because we on the Airbus. I've actually done it, King Bob. If you scroll back through my videos on the channel, I've done a how to make your own livery. I tried to keep it as general as
Airbus
possible.
121, 33 miles from CF07, turn right, heading 095, maintain 2,000 feet until established on the final approach course, cleared ILS runway 07.
Oh, okay, what's going on here then? Turn right, heading 095.
2,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 07, Airbus 121.
Negative, turn right, heading 095.
Okay, let's see what happens here. Are we getting a shortcut or is this going to mess up? I feel like whenever we get vectors this close...
Negative, turn right, heading 095.
Turn right, heading 095.
Negative, turn right, heading 095.
Whatever.
2,000 feet until established, cleared ILS runway 07, Airbus 121.
Negative, turn right, heading 095.
Turn right, heading 095, Airbus 121.
Negative, turn right, heading 095.
Oh, okay. This isn't going to go well. Turn right, heading 095. Okay. Why is it doing... I don't want to be at heading 095 though, do I? We're going the wrong way. Maybe it's going to give us more vectors in a minute. I don't know why it does this. Like, it's got a full flight plan. Just leave it alone. Let's do request heading next fix.
Airbus 121, can you give me a heading to my next fix?
Airbus 121, direct Zagzo, turn right, heading 225, intercept the 07 localizer, climb to flight level 080.
225.
Airbus 121, direct Zagzo, turn right, heading 225, intercept the 07 localizer, climb to flight level 080.
Climb to flight level 080.
Roger, direct Zagzo, turn right, heading 225, intercept the 07 localizer, climb to flight level 080, Airbus 121.
Alright, I am going to take the executive decision and completely ignore these vector instructions. Yeah, I would say this hasn't been the greatest. If they just left us alone, it would have been fine. So let's climb ourselves back up to 8,000 again, having been told to go down to 2,000. Alright, we're just going to ignore any further vectoring. I don't know why they do the vectoring. It's like we had an approach. We even had a via. Like, just leave it alone. Don't mess with it. Why are you vectoring us? Yeah. Don't know why it did that. Don't know why I did that. So 8,000 feet. Then we start gradually climbing down. Holding at 5. Then making our way down to 2. Yeah, that wasn't ideal, was it? That's a shame, because it was all going really well until that point. But it's early access, so we won't get upset. So if I do a managed descent from here, once we get past effort, hopefully it will start our descent and just climb us down nice and gently across all these different waypoints. There we go. Perfect. Perfect. These sunset flights are pretty cool. Can't say that I love the fact that we're going to be landing in the dark. Don't like landing in the dark. I feel like I'm bad at landing in the dark. I feel like I'm pretty bad in the Phoenix, all things considered, really. I don't feel as confident in it as I do in the Boeing. That's kind of why I chose the Phoenix tonight, really. Well, there's Luton. You can see it flashing away out there. Let's go into standard pressure 1002. 1002. Bad for flying right-handed in a captain seat. Yeah, I did for a long time too. One day I just decided I had to do it, enough was enough, and the first flight I hated it. It felt awful. Absolutely awful. Didn't feel right at all. But now it feels totally normal. Give it a couple of flights, a couple of landings. You'll get the hang of it.
Airbus 121, contact Luton Tower 132.555. Have a good afternoon.
Luton Tower 132.555, thanks. Luton Tower, Airbus 121 with you at flight level 050 on the list 1 November arrival.
Airbus 121, Luton Tower, wind 120 at 8, runway 07, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 07, Airbus 121. Yeah, it's funny, Europe. The ATC sounds different tonight. Don't know why that is. There's Luton. Luton, the training hub for easy. I don't know. I guess it'd make sense. Got a lot of heritage there, haven't they? Yeah, that sim you get all sorts of mic sounds, don't you? From the controllers as well. I remember I had one controller just like, dude, sort your mic out, like. Okay, decel point coming up. Go for... Oh, what should we do for auto brakes? Get flaps out. Yes, Ollie, they are. Head to my website, airnaut.co.uk. You can download them there. Okay, so arm speed brakes. And we are nice and on profile, that's good. Yeah, I was thinking the other day it'd be quite cool to get the scenery for Belfast. That'd be another one. That'd be a nice one to have on the books for Ireland. There it is. This is us. Get the landing system on. And we will arm the approach mode. That's a bit of a crosswind on the go at the moment, isn't it? Look at that. No worries, Jeb. Yeah, that is a definite crosswind. This could be fun. Crank up the volume a little bit. Hopefully you can still hear me okay over the plane noise.
2,500.
Okay, feet on rudder pedals. Opinions on Simplars or an add-on piracy? Yeah, don't do it. There's no excuse for it. Hey Thomas, you've arrived just in time. Crikey, we've got a good, like, Nearly 10-degree crab on.
All aircraft be advised, information echo now current, QNH 1002.
That was a bit loud. Sorry about that. Okay, flaps full. Gear down. Seatbelt signs on. Should have done that. Bad pilot. It's alright, Thomas, don't let it happen again, okay? Yeah, it had a bit of a moment, Thomas. It tried vectoring us off of our approach path, and I sort of followed it, but then immediately wished I hadn't. So then I just went back to my flight plan, and we've ignored it, and it hasn't really cared. Okay, this is a hell of a crosswind. Alright, shall we try and do it ourselves? Goodness gracious me. That PFD down a bit. Keep getting blown to the left here, don't we? Is the wind going to straighten up on us or change as we get a bit lower perhaps? It does seem to be weakening. It's now down to 13 knots as opposed to 20 something we had a minute ago. Still blowing us around quite a lot though. Oh, a bit too much of a nose dip there.
Above. Minimum.
Continue.
Light slow. Light slow.
40, 30, 20. Retard. 5.
Not bad. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Liking the new rudder pedal sensitivity as well. Ooh, that was a bit dicey there, wasn't it? Crikey. Oof, blimey. Got sweaty palms.
Airbus 121, exit left at Alpha.
Exit left at Alpha, Airbus 121. Yeah, that was a fairly stressful approach, that. Ah, now we can relax.
Airbus 121, contact ground 121.755.
Ground on 121.755, Airbus 121. Right, let's just park up a minute. We're not on VATSIM, so there's no hurry. Oh, right. Can I show the rudder pedal sensitivity? Yeah, I will at the gate. I will at the gate. Yeah, we can change the volume. That did seem a bit loud. Let's turn that down to like 70, see if that helps. Okay. Luton ground, Airbus 121, request taxi to gate.
Airbus Airbus 121, welcome to Luton Airport. Say parking or advise if need assignment.
Any ramp.
Airbus 121, ramp 18, taxi via Alpha Bravo.
Ramp 18, taxi via Alpha and Bravo, Airbus 121. Okay, in that case, let's have a look at the charts. Figure out where we are and what we're doing. So this is Alpha that's in front of us. And then we keep going around the back of the terminal. Onto Bravo, onto ramp 18, which is here on the left. On the cheap seats. Ideal. Start the APU. A taxi to our gate. Yeah, that was a bit loud, wasn't it, that taxi? Or the ground controller there. Yeah, I don't think the frequencies that BeyondATC give you actually are like real, if that makes sense. Yeah, don't worry, I'll be in touch. It's all good. Yeah, so rudder pedal sensitivities, I've got a setting for my PMDG Boeing which is kind of okay, so I've just got the Logitech pedals. But for the Fenix, it's always felt awful. I've never been very happy with it on the Fenix. Still not 100% happy with it, but it's a damn sight better than it was. So that's Foxtrot on the right there, and Delta, and we're going to want Bravo, which is up around here to the right. Do I see content creation as a job or a hobby? Increasingly a job. Increasingly a job. But a job that I enjoy. Just because it's a job, don't start thinking that I'm not happy doing it. I wish it could be my only job, but we're not there yet. Where am I going? Cheers, Jeb. Thanks for coming and sticking around today. Appreciate it. Ooh, not steering the plane, looking at charts. Yeah, so Pop Rock, I took a new job recently. Well, not recently, a little while ago now. And one of the motivations for taking it is that it would allow me to have a couple of days in the week for me to work on this. So when you're actually sacrificing a proper salary, it's basically guaranteed. Okay, stand 18, this is us, isn't it? Okay, this is where the Tobii eye tracker comes in handy. Yeah, when you're sacrificing like a real salary that you can depend on, you sort of have to take it a lot more seriously. Like, I've had some people say, like, why don't you just stream all day long? And I would love to do that, but ultimately it doesn't really pay the bills. A video will make you much more money if it does well than a typical stream would. And then some people's reaction to that is, oh, well, I would just stream for free if it was me doing it. It's like, why don't you then? Like, why aren't you? Jolly good. Here we are. So yeah, it's a tricky one. It is a tricky one. Right, let me show you those settings before we shut the plane down. Where am I going? Controls. So I've made a separate Fenix profile for the Logitech Rudder Pedals. Go into sensitivity. It's this one here, the R-axis. So this is me on my rudder pedals. And I've done sensitivity -29, dead zone of 2, and reactivity down to 90. And I found that that's, on the Fenix, I can't promise it'll work for all planes, but on the Fenix it feels a lot better than it did. You've actually got to give it a little bit of welly to get it to do something, whereas before it's like the tiniest movement and you're skating around all over the place. So hopefully that helps you out. Oh, George is in Twitch chat. How you doing, George? Don't know how long you've been there, George. Hope I didn't leave you hanging now. I'm not very good at checking Twitch chat. Alrighty. Let's turn off the engine, shall we?
Cabin crew disarm doors.
Oh, nice one, George. Sorry, George, I think you've arrived literally just as we've landed. You've missed all the fun. So I would give today's flight an 8 out of 10 from BeyondATC. I feel like the flight we did the other day from Gatwick to Dublin, that was spot on. That really was spot on. You couldn't complain at that. Whereas this one, we got vectored a little bit towards the end of the flight, and I don't know why it did that, because there was really no need for it to have vectored us. We had a flight plan all the way to the final approach, and I think it knew that as well. So I'm a little bit confused as to why it did that. So I think if I was the devs of BeyondATC, I'd be writing in a rule being like, if flight plan to runway exists, don't muck around with vectors. That would be my if statement in the code. But other than that, another solid performance. Like, getting us out of Dublin was fine. Taxi instructions at Dublin were great. And again, taxi instructions here were great. It's definitely getting there, isn't it? It's getting there for sure. For sure, for sure, for sure. So I look forward to keeping up to date with this one. I mean, how do you guys feel about it? Are you like grumpy that we're not on VATSIM as much now BeyondATC has come out, or are you just keen to see BeyondATC? Because I feel like while it's new and fresh, we should be doing lots of BeyondATC, because it's an exciting time for it, because they're doing lots of updates, there's lots happening. It's fun for us to check how it's progressing. It's fun for us to just check it out in general, I think. But maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. You know, I'm wrong a lot about a lot, so yeah, I don't know. Steve and BeyondATC will normally vector either as required in the flight plan or based on wind and weather. Yeah, it was weird though, because it vectored us in completely the wrong direction. Yeah, I feel like the vectors is where it all went a bit wrong for us. That was a little bit weird, that. Oh, yeah, King Bob. Tried VATSIM last week, it was like I forgot how to fly. I think probably my first 5 landings on VATSIM were just terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's like, I just, yeah. You said it best, Sarah. It's like you just forget how to fly. And, yeah, the landings were just atrocious.
The boarding requested.
Absolutely atrocious. I think just like the pressure of the moment kind of got to me. I was so like, I was busy faffing around with radio frequencies that, you know, on short final. Yeah, very, very difficult indeed. But you do get used to it. You do get used to it. I'm considering getting one of those radio panels, you know, like the little twiddly dials and stuff. I'm wondering whether that would help. I know Logitech do one, but I think there are certain frequencies that it struggles to hit. So I'm not sure how that's actually going to play out. I have heard that there is a workaround with spad.next, so maybe that's something we can look into on the channel, make a video about it. I'm also considering getting a 3D printer because there's some little inserts you can get for this thing here, and you can kind of print yourself a new lever. Get rid of this one. This just unscrews, and yeah, you can print yourself a new flaps lever that's more Boeing-y, and you print yourself a little insert so you sort of have to lift it, pull it, and then it springs back down. You have to buy a little spring, and you get all the detents for the 737 then, and they still line up with the Airbus ones, so the 1234 on the Airbus still works. Also, you can 3D print some detents for the throttles, because this is very much in between the climb gate here and idle is actually a very, very short range of movement. Whereas, so if you're doing a manual throttle landing, a very small movement has a massive effect on the amount of throttle you give in the plane, whereas on the real aircraft it's a much wider range of movement, and you can 3D print yourself detents to go in the bottom underneath here that will move the day up to here. Then you've got a much bigger range. So there's all these 3D printing things I want to try, and they're actually surprisingly affordable for one that isn't terrible. So I don't know, maybe we can do a bit of like flight sim inspired 3D printing on the channel, who knows. Lots of stuff coming up though. I'm looking forward to getting into it all with you, and of course we'll be keeping up the live stream as well. And the 777's not going to be far off now, surely it's not going to be far off. So lots to look forward to. If you're not subbed, get subbed, ring the bell so you get notified, and I'm going to stop rambling I think at this point, and thank you all very much indeed for coming along. I've had a great time. Been a very nice flight indeed. BeyondATC is good fun. Looking forward to getting back to VATSIM though. I do miss my VATSIM. But until next time, I'm going to leave it there. Take the very best care of yourselves, and as always, happy flying, and I'll see you on the next stream. Cheers.